Well, it's Wednesday, so it's time for some more weird stuff around the grove. Now, this is a mango seedling that I just grafted this morning. I happened to find a scion that looked like it might be creating leaves. So I cut that and then found rootstock to graft onto. So hopefully that takes. But that's sort of a traditional looking mango seedling. We had a little cold damage or something on these lower leaves, but this is a nice straight seedling, pretty darn healthy, and hopefully it will become a very nice mango tree. On the other hand, we have this very weird looking mango seedling. It has 1, 2, 3, 4 curves in it, and this is unusual, and most people would think this is not an ideal mango seedling. Very non-traditional. Why this happened was that the tree part started growing while it was trapped inside of the husk, the seed husk. So, the embryo starts to swell, the root goes down, makes its way through the husk, and then, what becomes the tree makes it out of the husk. Well, in this case, there was room for the growth to sort of circle around a little bit in the husk before it emerged. And so we have this very odd looking, seedling. And so I think it's interesting. I'm not sure what everyone else thinks of it. It seems very artsy. But what I figured I would do is graft above the curves, and hopefully the graft takes and we can watch it as it grows and see how those curves start to possibly soften as the tree grows. In worst case scenario is if the graft doesn't take, then I can simply move down the rootstock a little bit lower down and try another graft. So this particular rootstock, because it's so tall, I could have many chances to fail. But hopefully the first one does take, so I'm going to just graft the other scion that I found this morning onto this and see how it does. So what I'm going to graft today is Malda, and I'm using a scion from Malda because this particular tree is in the shade. It has never produced fruit because the neighbor's trees cast so much shade on this. So I think it's a safe scion to use for grafting at this time of year. So just going to do a top cleft graft. Seems like the best graft for this particular situation. Of course, what you want to do is get a very sharp point at the bottom of the scion, something that you can imagine being 1 cell thick. So I think that's going to do it. And then, of course, need to make room for the scion to fit into the tree. So I think that's big enough. See, just made a split right down there. Put the scion in place. We'll use a little buddy tape to prevent any moisture loss, and also to keep it in place until I get the elastic on it. So hopefully that takes. That's Malda Scion on top of this crazy rootstock.